Hello, I am Tharwat Aburaya. Welcome to the IFBA for Tomorrow podcast. IFBA consists of 19 countries with 22 chapters worldwide. The IFBA podcast for Tomorrow aims to connect Biblioteca Alexandrina globally as we work to enhance the BA's global reach. Today, our guest is Professor Dr. Tudor Dino, IFBA Romanian Chapter Chairman. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here with you.
The Biblioteca Alexandrina says it is more than a library. How is it more than a library to you?
First of all, Biblioteca Alexandrina is for me the par excellence library. And it was from my student years when I was reading almost enchanted about its foundation, about its enrichment by the Egyptian king of the Ptolemy dynasty, about the great scholars working there, editing and commenting the most important texts of the mankind. Think that philology, the science that I serve together with history, was born there. So from a certain point of view, Biblioteca Alexandrina is also my spiritual birthplace. And in fact, even during ancient times, the Biblioteca was not an isolated institution, but a component part of the museum, a large research complex in all fields dedicated to the muses, the divinities of arts and letters. And of course, the same is valid for the contemporary Biblioteca Alexandrina, that comprises, as you all know, besides the marvelous reading halls on the shore of the Mediterranean Sea, 4 museums, permanent exhibitions, the Culturama Hall, the Vista application spaces, the planetarium, and so on. So you may imagine my joy and enthusiasm when the Cairo-born businesswoman and benefactor Ekaterini Sofianou, that has been ennobled by his divine beatitude, the Pope and Patriarch of Alexandria, Theodore II, announced us about the existence of the Association of the International Friends of the Biblioteca and urged us to found a local branch in Romania. And I would add only that my enthusiasm was immediately shared by many colleagues from the University of Bucharest, from our libraries, museums, and other cultural institutions in Romania.
Thank you. How do you think the IFBA, International Friends of the Biblioteca Alexandrina, can best support Biblioteca Alexandrina going forward?
You know, there are many ways, not only the traditional one of donating books. In fact, in Romania nowadays, our main aim is to get people informed about the existence and the importance of the contemporary Biblioteca Alexandrina. Because I want to be sincere, most Romanians believe that the history of the library has ended for good in 642 AD. And the situation appears even stranger if you take into account the fact that my countrymen are fond of Egypt and its culture throughout the ages. Think, for example, that during the months of May and June this year, the #1 international destination for our tourists has been Egypt and not Greece, Turkey, or Italy as usual. But unfortunately, no one comes to Alexandria. It's such a pity. Being content of visiting the pyramids, making a cruise on the Nile, or lying in the sun in the marvelous resorts of the Red Sea. So in order to change things, we had some appointments with travel agency in Bucharest, proposing them to include in future Egypt tours a day in Biblioteca Alexandrina. And of course, we have promised to support them by organizing in our university several lectures open for the wide public, dedicated both to ancient and modern library in Alexandria. This is our first step right now after the end of the pandemic, but we have a lot of other plans we shall unveil to you soon.
This is exciting. Thank you for that. How can we get young people excited about the Biblioteca Alexandrina?
Oh, so this is quite a challenge in an era in which the book has been replaced by the mobile phone. And as we all know, it is not quite easy to read philosophy works on the small screen of your phone. But from another point of view, the successive lockdowns imposed by the pandemics turned back even the young people towards books and reading. At least in Romania, it became suddenly fashionable to read, to post on Facebook or Instagram the covers of your favorite books, of your daily readings, to recommend books to your friends, and even to write. I have several friends that have discovered their writing talent during the pandemic. So if young people have rediscovered the books, they may also get excited by libraries, not by traditional ones, with simple, dimly lit reading desks that were chasing away the students that were preferring the pubs, of course. I'm speaking about an interactive, multimedia space like the one in Biblioteca Alexandrina. So I think that in order to make young people eager to come to a library, we have to prove them that the library is not only a reading spot, but a place where they may socialize, they may find new friends, attend exciting events, and generally have fun.
Thank you for your message and being excited about the possibilities, real possibilities. Will traditional libraries survive in the digital age?
I remember the same discussion 20 years ago when a lot of people were stating without any doubt that not only libraries, but also printed books were going to disappear. Personally, I was sure of the contrary, because books are much more than the text they contain. Think only about the satisfaction of smelling the page, of touching them with delicate moves of your fingers. And if you read in an atmospheric library with marble, stucco decoration or frescoes like in Europe on the walls, or with a futuristic design like our Biblioteca Alexandrina, the experience is quite unique. And moreover, if the libraries do understand that in the new digital era, they should become more than the reading spots, multifunctional spaces aimed to host any type of cultural event, benefiting of all the advantages of contemporary technology, they will have, believe me, a bright future.
Well, thank you very much, Professor Dr. Tudor Dino, for sharing your ideas with us today.
It was a pleasure for me too.
That's all for our podcast today. As always, the best of me recognizes and honors the best of IFBA members, guests, supporters, and of course, Biblioteca Alexandrina's partnership.